Yeah, there's a blue one fuse. Okay. I'll have to just see if I can fit another fuse in there. I don't know if I have the fuses in here or... Okay guys, let's see if I can get to this fuse. With this AC unit, it is very difficult. And the sun shining in makes it difficult. Which one is it? That one right there. There you go. Perfect. That's it. That's the blown one. See if I can fit this in here. I think. Uh-oh, I dropped it. Well, there it goes. The sun is too bright now to do this. I don't want to. Is that this? I can't even tell. No. Let me pull this back a little bit. That's good. I should be able to pin it up. Oh, there we go. Pushing on the brakes again.
Ready?
Yep. Yep, they're working. Yep. Trying it again?
No.
Okay. Did you just shut the key off?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright guys, so the brakes turned out to be a fuse. Why the fuse blew, I don't know. I got some wires over here. Something may have touched. I'm going to put a little electrical tape on here. Some wires I had spliced, some wires in here I had spliced. So maybe when I put the apron in, maybe it did something. But anyway, they're working now. We pumped them a few times. Brake lights keep put on. That's fixed. Gonna go ahead and work on the shifter a little bit, possibly. Look at the linkage, the bushings. You gotta fix the window. I had to get some more heater hoses because the stock exhaust actually had the little collector here where it went to that and then went to the heat exchanger. But with this exhaust, it's completely bypassed, so I had to get some longer ones. So I got this one on here. I had a longer one of the paper, but it's not as flexible, so I wound up getting another one at Bug Jam, one of the metal ones. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that on and go from there. All right, we'll go ahead and clean the air cleaner. A little dirty. Get that cleaned out. All right, so we went ahead and we're cleaning the air cleaner here. Get the cleaner on here, gonna wait 10 minutes. Gonna hose it off. Then we're gonna go ahead and apply the oil. This is just like K&N, the K&N cleaner, just a little cheaper, it's a little knockoff, but still does the trick. That the axle nut, so I'll probably have to cut the take the apron out so I can get to that. We'll see. A little mustache bar. Move that off, Cole. Push this through, like so. Get there, oopsie. Shed it a little bit, I guess. Perfect. Much like that, right there. And we'll cut it to about maybe here. right, so that's that. I like the look of the, I call those the original look. I like the look of that. Works better for the other exhaust, but this really bends around these aftermarket headers really well. So let's check that here, make sure we're on that. We are. Cool. All right.
Got some easy wins today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, way back there. That's way too big. Let's see if we get some tubing that would fit around there. If this would. So connect from that possibly to that fit in there. Get some up there. Underneath here is there was heat coming from the back all the way to the front, but I don't have the heat exchangers set up well completely. There's a tube in here. I knew that was disconnected, but apparently there's a long tube that goes all the way through to the front here, and so some air was getting in there, and I don't have the adjustments for the heat exchangers to open and close them, so they're open at least partially. There is a little hose, 2 outlets, and another hose broke, so I'm just connecting another one back there, so I was just fixing that. I'm gonna have to clamp them on there though, get some clamps, because the hose I have is a little bit big. No big deal.
Might come in handy out west
Yeah.
in January.
Yeah, so the heat will be nice. And then I have a couple holes here I gotta patch up on the floor. Little holes where, I don't know, some of the, I don't know what the extra holes were for from the the floor pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover those up so we don't have cold air coming in when we're on the out west trip. All right. Vacuum.
I don't know, we're driving in a bunch of acorns and...
Yeah, it looks like there was some nesting going on in here since it was disconnected. So.
What does Jason call it? Mousage?
Yeah. So maybe I'll get a little vacuum, try to vacuum some of that out. We wash it, doesn't really look any better. I don't know if these little black dyes are supposed to be there. Maybe not. Who knows? But we're gonna go ahead and let it dry now. What's going on? All right, guys, so I was having some issues shifting in the bus, as I mentioned before. So I took the shifter off, and I noticed that this pin, so this pin, there's a spring, there's a pin, then there's like a spring piece that goes on top of it and pushes in, and then I guess this is pressed in. I guess it's hard to steal, but it's pressed in. But it just wasn't holding. So I pushed the pin in, pushed this pin in, grabbed it with some vice grips, and then what I went ahead and was tacked this piece all back in and grind it down. It doesn't look pretty, but it's holding. That's all that matters. So I wonder if that might have been the issue of the shifter. Also, I did not show on tape the shift rod. I pulled the front part of the shift rod out, and it basically, there's a pin where it rides on, and there's a little bushing that goes in the little shift rod. I put that in there. Didn't show in the video, I apologize, but this might be the culprit. This may be the culprit right here. So, I'm gonna go back up to the bus, and we're gonna go install it. Should be using a socket, but I didn't grab one. So we're just gonna do it this way. Let's go ahead and tighten her down a little bit more. Grab the 13, and let's pop this in just a hair. It seems like if I push way far, it won't go in gear, but if I just hit it here, it's fine. But let's try this. Where to adjust it. So I'm kind of leave it there. I gotta adjust the e-brake. Work on that. All right, guys. While we're doing a little work on the door here, the door is not opening well, so the screws are loose in here. So I'm gonna try to adjust this right to where I can actually open the door. Get it tight in there, and I think we'll be okay. So, doing some adjustments. I'm gonna go ahead and tape off the ripped open areas that I just ripped open. And that's it. All right, everybody, so I am rerouting some breather lines here. I bought a filter, and I went to go ahead and put it on the little port here, but it's hitting this fan shroud, the little heater duct here, to blow the heat into the tube here to go to the heat exchanger. So I'm making a little riser. I'm just trying to find out what would be good. What would be a good? And it's not going to look that great, I guess, but hey, as long as it works, that's all that matters. What I'll do is maybe cut it about right here. Clamps on the pipe going to the heat exchanger, just to make sure to hold them on. So I think we're good there. Should be good there. Right. Doesn't look that great, but this didn't work this wouldn't work with this here. So I went ahead and put a little extension on here, and there that is, that little breather. I had it going right to the fan shroud, which isn't the correct way. Normally it goes right into the carburetor here, but with the pipe, it flexed too much, kept popping the top off here, popping this filter off. So I capped that off, and I went ahead and just put the extension here. I'm gonna go ahead and cap this off as well, and hopefully that'll be okay. So we'll try that. So I was having an issue opening the door, and you know, putting the key in, now on the outside, putting the key in, I just have to push the door in and try turning it a couple times, and I finally get it to open. I went ahead, pulled the door panel off, and the 2 bolts that hold the handle on were loose. So I lifted the door handle up, you know, raised it up a little bit, replaced the new seals as well, and then tightened them up. And now it opens fine, no issues, and it locks, unlocks fine. I went ahead, and there's a bar that goes right here to the pull, and I went ahead and bent that a little bit, because sometimes I've had to do it before, where I'd open the handle, I try to pull the handle, it wouldn't open, because I guess they stretch over time. So I bent it, and I was trying to, my issue is when I unlock the car, this only opens so far, and it won't open in here until I pull it all the way, then I can open the handle. So I was hoping that bending it might fix that, but it didn't. Not really a big deal. So we're gonna continue to do more work. I gotta fix the tach. I'm gonna do that next. That stopped working, so I don't know if a ground, some type of connection came apart. So we're gonna go ahead and address that. Now I gotta find out where this green wire goes. There's white, went in here. Yellow in there. Red in here. Assuming that's all good. This green wire kind of goes. Got one here. That was loose. Let's see, do I have anything in the way? I think so. I think we may be good. Just gonna hold this up and see if the tach registers. Now, it would register like this. It would always do that. Going all the way to the going. Just have to kind of trace that out a little. I have to look at the flashlight and kind of trace it all the way back. Let's get in here. Now we got that green to here. That looks fine. Looks good. So that was what we needed. Look at this green. Going to that. That's the issue. And it could be just the wire kind of crapped out. There's two of them now. Don't know which one's which. Looks all right. I hope just the tack just crapped out. I don't know. I have no idea. It looks fine.
Wasn't it brand new?
Yep. It was working, then it wasn't. Let's try something here. All right, guys, I got the new tack right here. We're taking out the old one. Hopefully that's going to be the issue. Hopefully that was the cause. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Chew the battery. So I'm going to find a way to get another splice here to splice all of them together. I think so. Take the ground out. Ooh, let's see, here we go. Looks pretty good. That's even. I don't know if that would even fit in here, this thing. It may. Let's see if I can fit that in. Over here. Look, this little. Okay, now, I think these wires are all going to be the same. Looks like I got the same paper before. There's going to be basically, I have to get my gauge, see where I'm attaching to. And some other splices here. And green was what? Green was to the coil, which would be there. So let me get another splice, get some other stuff. Just to confirm. Ow. Going in there to here. Yeah, okay. So I'll have to tape that. So I don't need that. I need power when the key is on, which might be that. Let's do this. Do that to this. Okay, now. All right, perfect. So I'll splice these two into this. Splice them off here. Let me splice all these to the grounds. Not very pretty thing here. These are wing nuts aren't the way to go. But we can just see if this even works. Should be fine. We'll see.
Famous last words.
Okay. These all been there. Now, I think I'll just leave this. I got the green one. The yellow one, I think are all taking place now. Just this. See what happens here. Oh, it didn't turn on. It's not good. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, because I have it running constantly. I think it's gonna work. Seems like I'm not getting the $3 grand. Oh yeah, I mean it's working. All right, guys, installed. It's working. I don't know how I like the. I don't know how accurate the gauge is going to be. So some people complain like it seemed to be like 500 RPMs off. It's it's possible, but we'll see. We'll kind of give it a. We're just going to roll with it. I just wanted something on the trip because my other one just stopped working. So I'm going to install this stuff on and get it all set up underneath the dash here, and I'll do that. See if this fits. Okay, perfect. All right, everybody. I'm replacing the shift coupling.
I was looking for a rubber one. Unfortunately, the rubber ones I found were just poor quality. Everyone reviews them. So I put the same one that I've put in the Beetle. It is a black urethane one. It's a heavy duty one. Now people have mixed emotions on urethane, and I don't really like it. From what I've heard, I get nervous, but I put it in. I have one in the Beetle, and it's actually pretty nice. Um, I would never use motor mounts for the vibration. I would think it would crack real easy, but this maybe, I don't know. I think maybe over time, like 5 years or so, it might have an issue. If I can find I mean, this thing is heavy duty. This thing's real thick, so I don't know how it's going to work. I'm trying to remember how I did it on the Beetle. If I had to shave down the little tube in here, the little insert where the shift rod goes through. I can't remember. That kind of sounds familiar, but it is real heavy duty. It's real thick walled. We're gonna try this. Um, we're gonna try it, and I'm gonna keep this one with me as a temporary fix. But the rubber cups are kind of falling out of here, and I don't like that. So change it. This rod pin has to come out. Let's pull one of these out. Urethane. Well, they're just very hard. Maybe it is a hard rubber. I think it is rubber. I don't see any cracks, but they're just coming out of the cup. The cups are coming out of these. I call them cups. I don't know what they're. Little inserts. They're coming out of the housing. They're a little loose in there. So I don't know. Really not too sure. Pull this out here. Getting a lot of rust and dust in my eyes here. Almost out of there. Think. Let's see what this is looking like here. Oh yeah, this is mangled. It's bent. I think this is the reason why we're having issues. Look at that. That's bent. I'm having some shifting issues. That's the reason why. I don't know if you can really see this thing. This thing is mangled. Um, Hence my shift issues. Now, when I put the transmission in here, I dropped the transmission, and I guess this must have bent it, as you can tell. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the heavy duty one in and try to bend this one back out and use this as a backup. I'll throw this in the tools parts, well, the parts bin I have in here, which is growing significantly because I'm a little nervous on this trip. So we're going to do that. Wow, I can't believe it's that bent. Okay. Let me get this screw. We kind of put all this stuff back together here. Now, that must be the reason why. I'm really shocked. I've never seen one bend like that. In the words of my buddy Jimmy, there's your problem. Together a little here. That thing is mangled. Holy moly. That thing is bent. I am surprised. Really can't believe it. Yeah. So we put that here. I'm going to put the set screw. I don't want to put that down yonder. I'm going to take this one out. So I've gotten red urethane before, and it's like real tough. I got black urethane. This feels like rubber. This feels exactly like the other stuff. So maybe I don't know if there's a difference between the black and the red. Not sure. So I had the red one, the Beetle. The black one's in the bus here. This definitely feels a different material for sure. This is rubber. All right. All right. It's not hard to install these. These really go in fairly simple. Um, just don't have much room on a bus here to get to everything. the only issue, but just right by the transmission. What we're doing is throwing this in. Here we go. Yeah, I think I might have to cut. I may have to. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna quite fit in smooth enough. I might have to. Oh, actually, it's going in. All right. Oops. Little sleeve that went in the transmission there. No problem. Let's see. Let's get that lined up. All right, guys. So there's the shift coupler. It's I just put it on the shift rod, that end. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the pin through the side walls of this coupler here. Sorry, I can't really move well underneath the bus, but through the here, the little shift one then through the other. Um, Fairly simple. It's going pretty smooth so far. Part of this little get up setup. I think I need some light maybe, but let's try that. What's that? Maybe. Looks like that would fit. Soon would. Okay, here we go. We're about in. Maybe okay, so that still got to go in more, but okay. There we go. That one's in. Now I just got to grab the. There's another portion of the. I think I'll still have to make some measurements, adjustments on the shift plate, but you know, we're just gonna have to kind of see. It definitely feels a lot better. I mean, as far as stiff, yeah, it needs to be adjusted, but okay, well, that's enough for now. We don't need to drive it. I just want to get that portion done. Okay, guys, so we did the shift plate, we did the shift coupler, and we put the new tack in. So we got that going. Just tinkering around, trying to get everything ready. You know, trying to order more parts to get ready for the big excursion. So we're trying to get everything in line. I'm going to do a little more things to it. I also have an oil, the old-fashioned oil temperature
dipstick. So basically, it's a dipstick that goes in the. It's a dipstick, but it has a piece. Once it warms up to 235, it's going to touch a. It's going to go around and touch a metal contact, and it blinks on the oil light. So that's like an old school 90s thing. I wound up buying one of those, so it'll be nice to have some reassurance in here. So that's it, guys. 7 days out for the big trip. 7 days out. So really trying to get things going here. So it's a 2,500 mile cross country trip. So trying to get everything dialed in. Hopefully it all goes smooth, and we'll have some good footage for you guys. So can't wait for you guys to follow us along on that tour. But I think that's it for tonight. It's cold, it's dark, and I think we're going to wrap that up. Tomorrow's another day, so stay tuned for what we'll do tomorrow.